But let me be devil's advocate.
Right.
Why are we not hearing Kamala as a black woman
right.
doing more for her? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
this is kind of like the time
for her to rise.
For her to rise, because I'm going to be honest, and I know what I'm about to say is not going to be popular.
Right, right.
But in the cities, people is kind of like, they're like done with the Joe Bidens. Like, they're done with the Kamala. It doesn't feel like there was any change. Like, you know, after a while, the first 4 years of Obama, the hood was happy. We were like, and then that last 4 years, the hood kind of covers like, yo, Obama, where is our black, you know,
piece of the pie?
Something for something, like, it felt like Obama didn't do like a black agenda that was just for, you know, black people to help us.
Absolutely.
And then now with Kamala coming in, we saying that, and then we're saying, at least, can we go get the girl from Russia?
Right. Well, let me address that directly, because I know all the people you're talking about. I know Obama, I know Kamala Harris.
Goddamn, let's love the floor. He just said, I know the president. You know what I mean?
I mean, and I know Joe Biden too.
You know Joe Biden
but let me say, because I'm about to say some critical stuff
Let's
too.
go. Cool.
Now, the thing is that Kamala Harris, however, as a sitting vice president, doesn't want to do something by a public intervention that will count negatively against Brittany Griner. So in other words, if they behind the scenes trying to work it out, you got to ask yourself a question. Do you want the commercial? Or do you want the product? Right? Because you can get the commercial, yes, come here, and your teeth will be clean tomorrow. Right? Or do you just not announce that and just have clean teeth? Right?
There's a serious war going on.
It's a war going on. They're using her body as a war zone, and they are criminalizing her blackness, her queerness, and her Americanness at the same time. So to Kamala, in Kamala's defense, the Vice President Kamala Harris, she can't say much right now, because then the people over in Russia get mad. Oh, really? Uppity black woman saying crazy things. Now we gonna punish the black woman. So that I give her a pass on. However,
because the woman already got 29 years. She's sentenced.
Well, 10 years at least. She got 10 years.
Damn.
But she got 10 years, and what they're trying to do now is to negotiate a prisoner exchange so that they can release some real thug in America, some real criminal who did some horrible things in exchange for her. So they're trying to leverage her, and they're upping the ante. The worse the war gets over there, the more critical America is of Russia in regard to Kyiv and in regard to what's going on in the Ukraine. Then her body becomes even more of a precious bounty to be used by Russia. But let me say this, though.
Yes.
The same folk who mad now, and I get it, because I be telling black people to vote all the time, well, it ain't working out. Dude, a lot of stuff don't work out. A lot of stuff don't work out. You got to keep trying. I know you're a first-time person. The person I voted for didn't win. Dude, that's the nature of the game, right? I made an album. It didn't sell 5 million. Okay, make another one, all right? Keep working. Go on the internet. Up your profile. Wear a white. Okay, so the point is, right? So the point is that the same black folk mad at Biden now wasn't mad at Obama when Obama wasn't doing diddly squat for black people in this country. Now, I'm a person who was twice a surrogate for Barack Obama. That means I went out, I spoke for him, I told people to vote for him. I have no regrets about that. But the moment after each time he was elected, I was his critic. I was his critic because before you were president and after you president, I'm still Michael Eric Dyson. I'm still committed to black people. No one black journey is greater than the black journey. Your individual life as a black person cannot outweigh the fortunes of black people. So I knew that Barack Obama, as important as he was not more important than the struggle of black people to become whole in this nation. And so, yeah, here's a guy, they were putting him up on the posters with Martin Luther King Jr. Slow down with that, slow down. As Albert Camus says, you got to go on the ground and rise up the third day before you get that kind of love, bro. That's on some genius level, Jesus level love. It ain't really where you is. Now, there's a difference between Martin Luther King Jr. and Barack Obama. One is a civil rights leader standing outside the parameters of politics, challenging it from without with his moral vision and his ethical courage. Another one is sent to be the black face of the white American empire. So the point is, his job from the giddy up that we knew was to represent America with all the good that means and with all the self-destructive nastiness that brings as well. This man was in charge of the American empire, won a Nobel Peace Prize while having 2 wars going on.
To Barack.
Right,
and
right.
drone striking like a motherfucker.
Right? Well, so you hustling. I'm a hustler, baby. When the members of the system ain't no telling, will I drone them or I kill them? That's what they be asking. I'm a pimp by blood. Right? So that's a president imbued with moral principles. But anyway, PIMP. But the point is, Barack Obama was a man who was given the responsibility and the reins of the American empire at a very moment when its fortunes were declining. That's when they always give Negroes the car keys. When the car ain't working, take it over to, you know, Jiffy Fix-Up and try to get the damn thing fixed. Because, it is a Rolls Royce, but it ain't got no engine that's working, okay? So that's what they do to us. But Barack Obama was a genius. He figured out the American economy. He got people working again. He saved the automobile industry. He did amazing things. But for black folk, not so much. You know, I compare him to my another dear friend, Shaquille O'Neal, whom I know y'all love and admire. Shaquille was one of the greatest ball players ever. Kobe said, had he had a certain kind of work ethic, he would have been the greatest of all time. So we know he was the most dominant big man of all time. But he wasn't a great foul shooter necessarily. So you can acclaim Shaq as one of the greatest of all time, but don't put him on the category of greatest free throw shooters ever. Barack Obama might be top 10 president for everybody else, but for us, not so much. He wasn't a top 10 president for black folk because he would scold us. He would dog us in public. He would tell us, stop feeding your kids chicken and don't do this. Now, he's scolding us, but he ain't scolding white folk. The one time he tried at a Tony fundraiser in San Francisco while he was running for president, he said, yeah, man, they get that, I'm paraphrasing here, they get that juice in them when they get upset and they get religion and they go grab some guns. These white folk wore him out. And never again did he ever attempt to be critical of white folk, but Negroes take it. Negroes take abuse as a sign of love. Negroes take imposed trauma as a sign of respect. And so they felt that when Barack was doing that, at least he paying attention to me. Yeah, he beat me. It's like Color Purple. He beat me. But see, we like the Oprah character. I ain't Miss Seeley. I ain't never thought in my own home you telling Harpo to beat me. And so we have to say to black people, don't be like Donald Trump supporters. That's how we were with Barack. Now, I ain't saying Barack and Donald Trump are the same thing. Barack Obama is a genius, an incredible political figure, and a great mind, but he also was deeply and profoundly problematic for black people. 2 things can be true at the same time. And so we got to hold him to account.
Like Kanye, like we said with Kanye.
Like with Kanye, except, you know.
We're not comparing Barack.
No, I'm not comparing. Although, now that you mention that, I hold Barack Obama at least a little responsible for Kanye. How do you say? Because when Kanye did his thing with Taylor Swift, remember they called Barack Obama on that microphone? He called him a jackass.
He called him a jackass.
Well, he had more courage than you, Barack. Maybe if you called out white supremacy from the bully pulpit of the most powerful platform in America and indeed in the world, the Kanye West of the world wouldn't have to call that kind of thing out. So calling him a jackass while you're sitting around being silent and complicit in the face of horrible transactions of anti-blackness in America wasn't a good look either. But black people were with Barack regardless. Remember on Saturday Night Live, no matter what he did, yep, it's Barack. We love him. And I understand that he was the first one. White people done had 44 presidents. We had one. That's our baby daddy. We rolling with him, and we love him.
Pardon me for cutting you off.
Yes,
that's one of the things is people said that he was the first black president. So, and he said the Republicans always outvoted him. And it was little much that he can do. But then the very next president, even when he got outvoted by the Democrats, he did what the fuck he wanted to do. Like, honestly.
He used that pulpit to force things.
Like, all day. The one before him and after him. George Bush.
George did what he
I'm the decider. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. The one after him. But you the one in between the sandwich. You the reverse Oreo. You the reverse Oreo cookie. You got 2 whites and a black in the middle. You know, and you ain't got no ice cream to put it in and no milk to dip it in. The point is this, is that when you the president, bro, you know, now he did do some stuff in terms of executive decisions and executive orders and the like. There's no doubt about that. And yes, Barack Obama was in a precarious position, back against the wall, deeply and profoundly fighting the forces of white supremacy. And he did an ingenious job in many ways. But here's my point. If you can't do something special for Negroes, don't do nothing special against them, though. See, this is the problem. It's one thing for you to say, I can't I can't acknowledge what I'm doing in a certain way. Look, I've been in the White House at a table that was about twice this size with Barack Obama and 9 other so-called Negro leaders. And I shared with him my vision that was problematic. Now, I had a radio host say, Michael, you're writing a book on the president. It's about 2011 and 12. You're writing a book on the president. You're a famous black person with influence. You could really harm his chances for re-election. Now, he's sitting right there. I went like, dude, I said, are you Nostradamus? Because I ain't even wrote the damn book yet. So, and since I got kids, tell me how many books I'm gonna sell so I'll know how much money I can make. Right? And Obama laughed at him. He said, yeah, and he's sitting here eating my food. Well, you might be the president, but you ain't as mean with this mic as me, Holmes. So without missing a beat, I said, yeah, paid for by my tax money. He said, oh. And I said, based on what I'm paying, I'm gonna be here next week. Give me the menu.